busy. The guys have been sharpening those plow blades for a while. So they're eager to get out there. For sure. Although we use a lot of salt, so that's been a lot of ice this year. You know, I finally found the pen you gave me. It was like in between, because it's so small like that. I knew I put it forward, but I couldn't find it. But it was like between. So, I know, but so I found it. It was like wedged between stands, which is funny, but that's not like.
That's why you couldn't find it, because you don't ever use that. Like, where's this pen?
All right, the time is 7 PM. We'll call this meeting to order. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, can we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Pileski,
Here.
Trustee Delapenna,
Here.
Trustee Domke,
Here.
Trustee Forsythe,
Here.
Lanisa, here, Trustee Perkowski,
Here.
Trustee Trejo.
Here. And we have a quorum. We'll move on to presentation of the prepared agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Seeing none, that motion carries. We'll move on to Village Board public comment. Anyone wish to provide a comment on a topic or an agenda item may address the Village Board in person during the public comment and public hearing segments of the Village Board agenda. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person. The Village Board also adopted the IML Civility Pledge, which states, "In the interest of civility, I pledge to promote civility by listening, being respectful of others, and acknowledging that we are all striving to support and improve our community and understanding that we each may have different ideas for achieving that objective." With that said, Madam Clerk, do we have any witness slips submitted in advance?
We have one in advance from David Yocum.
If you wouldn't mind just approaching the podium and making speak clearly into the microphone.
I'd like to address the Roselle trustees. I believe you've totally misinterpreted both the federal and state mandate on lead pipe replacement. Now, communities that don't have much money are given extra money to help out. They don't have the tax base. I believe we do. I believe we're collecting sales tax. You've been collecting money every month from me on the water bill for maintenance of the pipes and for the water system. Obviously, it has been done because there's there's 200 homes that don't have, that have lead pipes and aren't getting proper water. So if you fail to provide safe water, this is an important topic. This is a public health issue. This is not a new home construction. This isn't a broken pipe on the private side of the lead pipes. This is getting rid of lead pipes. There's a ban on partial lead pipe replacement, both federally and state. And it wouldn't cost that much. You're only doing 12 homes this summer. An extra 50,000 would take care of that on the private side. You got it stretched out over a number of years. There's no reason why you can't cover that, considering I think you have an obligation to. Otherwise, you're continuing to provide water with lead. Now, in your rules and regulations, you have the ability, if someone doesn't do it, the private side doesn't do it, you get to shut their water off. So not only have you been providing lead water over these years, you now get to shut it off if somebody can't afford to do it. Or somebody's not prepared to do it this summer. You're asking anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 for that lead pipe replacement. What I think you should do is at least, at the very least, consider 50/50 the same as a tree in the parkway or a sidewalk. I mean, at least do that. That would probably run you 25,000, 30,000 more than what you're already going to be spending for the lead pipe replacement through the parkway. So that's all I have to say on that. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Under the requirements that have been outlaid, the village has actually preemptively started to replace public lead service pipes earlier than the mandated deadline, and we've made decent progress on that end. We've already hit a number of households already with the current policies that we have. We do have a program for those that are in financial need to have assistance on that. The current rules do state if a property owner does not want to update their private pipes, they just need to sign a waiver that's provided by the Environmental Protection Agency. There's no shut off of water required in that case. It's just a waiver that says they understand that. I think the one thing to be very clear is the village does do a number of testing of our water, specifically for properties that have lead pipes. I live in a house that is serviced by lead pipe myself. I have two very young children, and so I'm very aware of the threat that this poses, and it's something that's very close and I'm concerned about as well. But the village does this testing. We've never had any concerns with the results that have come back, and those are all published for the public to see on that end. With that being said, the cost for us to do private improvements to people's homes would be excruciatingly more costly for the village. And also as a public body, we're required to do certain bidding requirements as well as prevailing wage, which would drive up the costs versus a private homeowner doing those things on their end as well. And so the board debated the policy before. Under other business, I'll ask the board if they want to revisit that policy, but appreciate your comments here tonight. Do we have any other members of the public here tonight that wish to address the board? Let the record show none. We'll continue on with our agenda tonight. Under officials and staff reports, under mayor, I do not have any reports at this time. I will be thanking the sister cities soon. But village trustees, any report?
Tom first.
Trustee Prokowski.
Just to remind everyone that currently flags for Roselle subscriptions are open. You can mail in your request for a flag to our P.O. Box. It's P.O. Box 72001, Roselle, Illinois. Also, I want to remind everyone that Lake Park Educational Foundation also has an event coming up at a golf outing type of thing. It's at Top Golf. That will be coming up in March, and details are available at the Lake Park Educational Foundation's website, as well as the tickets are available for sale.
Thank you so much. Are there other trustee reports tonight? Trustee Trejo.
Real quick, the IAFF Local 4051, our full-time firefighters union, hosted a fundraiser this past Saturday night at Pollyanna for the purpose of donating to 2 fire department members that had to go on leave due to medical illness. To date, they raised over $25,000. They wanted me to give an update to the community, and on their behalf, thank everybody for contributing. And just a quick reminder that T-shirts are still on sale at the Roselle Professional Firefighters Facebook page and at the fire department.
Thank you so much. Are there any other reports? Trustee Wayne Domke.
Yeah, I'd like to ask the board to permit someone from the Roselle Sister Cities Italian Committee to come before the board in the near future. They have some pretty exciting news to spread to the village board and let them know how we're doing in finding a sister city in Italy. And there's a rather significant new member on that committee that is very well plugged in governmentally in Italy as well as the United States that would like to make a presentation to you guys. So looking forward to you guys getting a chance to hear what wonderful news we could have in 2025.
Thanks. And I'll get the board's feedback on that under other business later tonight then. So, any other trustee reports tonight? Seeing none, village clerk,
No report.
village attorney,
No report.
village administrator. We'll continue on to unfinished business. First, we have the consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine, procedural, informational, self-explanatory, or non-controversial in nature. We enact in one motion. There will be no discussion of these items unless removed from the consent agenda. This time, are there any items you removed from the consent agenda? Record show none. Tonight, we have adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of agreement by and between the Village of Roselle and the French Market Company. Adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to execute a master license agreement between the Village of Roselle and Lumos Fiber of Illinois. Adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement with the Board of Education of Lake Park High School for purposes of reciprocal reporting. And that is all. I didn't take French, so I'm not going to even bother to botch that up. I'm sure we're fine legally.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, we have a roll call when you're available.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Trustee Forsythe. Trustee Domke.
Wee.
That motion carries. We'll continue on with our unfinished business agenda for the Development and Engineering Services Department. Trustee Perkowski.
Thank you, Mayor Pulaski. I move adoption of a resolution approving a plat of easement on the property commonly referred to as 333 East Irving Park Road, Roselle, Illinois.
Second.
Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Trustee Forsythe. Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
That motion carries.
That is all I have, Mayor Pulaski.
Thank you. We have nothing under administration tonight, but fire, Trustee Delapenna.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a side letter by and between the Village of Roselle and Service Employees International Union, Local 73.
Second.
Any discussion on that item? Seeing none, could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Trustee Forsythe. Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
Motion carries. Continue on. We have nothing under police tonight, but Public Works. Trustee Trejo, you have quite a few.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement for participation in the Illinois Public Works Mutual Aid Network.
There's a second.
Second.
Any discussion? We have a roll call, please.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe. Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
That motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the purchase of a 2025 Ford Maverick from Friendly Ford Incorporated in the amount of $28,242.70.
There's a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe. Trustee Lanisa. Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution waiving the village's competitive bid process and authorizing the purchase of a 2025 Chevy Tahoe from Curry Motors in the amount of $57,498.00.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Yes, Wayne.
Two questions. Number one, you're buying this from Curry Motors, but you can have the vehicle serviced at Wickstrom, right? So it's not like you have to go all the way to Curry Motors to get it serviced. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's one thing. And then just asking, just maybe for everybody's edification, what triggers the desire to get a new vehicle? Is it mileage of another vehicle or age of a vehicle? Or could we just have just a quick definition?
I'll have Public Works Director Karen Young address that.
So it's based on mileage, also repair history. Sometimes we have some vehicles that have some more significant repairs, but the vehicles we're replacing all have high mileage on them from the fire department.
Okay, well, I wanted to hear the reasoning because it seems like we have another vehicle, we're buying it, and we should at least know some of the background on it. Why? Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa.
That motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the extension of an agreement by and between the Village of Roselle and Dom Enterprises Incorporated for biosolids management services.
Do we have a second?
Second,
Any discussion? Record show none. Roll call, please.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
That motion carries.
And I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution approving and authorizing the extension of an agreement by and between the Village of Roselle and Chosek Tree Service Incorporated.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion or comments? I'll just throw out there, I know they do fantastic service for us. I just would like to see a bit more prompt response in their end for cleaning up the debris. I know we had a couple instances where there's a lot of larger trees that were cut down this year. Hopefully that's an anomaly in future years with our proactive maintenance program, but there's a lot of logs kind of left over. And I know we were kind of hitting holiday season, so that might have been a part of it, but just want to make sure they're cleaning up the sites a little bit quicker for residents and for our property, that's all. There's no other comments or questions. Could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Della Penna.
Aye.
Trustee Perkowski.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
That motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement by and between the Village of Roselle and Great Lakes Urban Forestry Management Incorporated, EAB Management Services and Tree Inventory Maintenance.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Record show none. Could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Della Penna.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Perkowski.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa. Aye. Trustee Domke.
That motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement by and between the Village of Roselle and Great Lakes Urban Forestry Management Incorporated for consulting municipal forester and arborist.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion or comments? Record show none. Roll call, please.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Perkowski.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Della Penna.
Aye.
That motion carries.
That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Trustee Trejo. Finance, Trustee Forsythe.
Thank you, Mayor Pulaski. I would like to move approval of the accounts payable list for February 10th, 2024 in the amount of $1,783,052.36.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Trustee Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Perkowski.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Della Penna.
Aye.
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
That motion carries.
And that is all I have for tonight.
Thank you. Move on to new business. We have one item tonight, and that is reviewing the memorandum of understanding between the Village of Roselle and Flags of Roselle. So I'll have our village administrator, Jason Belowski, present.
Thank you, Mayor. Before the board tonight for their consideration is a memorandum of understanding for the, with the Flags of Roselle, in-town non-for-profit. The board's approved similar agreements with the Roselle Arts and Culture Foundation, as well as the sister cities, kind of outlining roles and responsibilities between the two parties. In the case of this, it's really the use of Village Hall for their meetings and storing flags at the fire department. So those are kind of the two main elements covered by this. For them, they just have to give adequate notice to me in order to use Village Hall for their meetings. And then with the police or with the fire department, they're allowed to store stuff there and have supervised access to their area with appropriate advance notice to the fire chief or their designee. And either party can terminate this agreement with 90 days notice. Those are the three main tenets of this agreement.
And I would just add, this is something that we were operating without an agreement that fell through the cracks because if you remember, something happened in 2020 called the COVID pandemic. And so as we were reviewing this, it just never got done. So I think we're finally just cleaning up a little bit of paperwork on our end. So any questions or comments from the board?
Good with it.
Consensus move forward then. So we'll put that on a future agenda, then vote on it. Thank you so much. We do have a second opportunity for Village Board public comment. So is there any member of the public that wishes to address the board at this time? Record show none. Under other business for discussion only, we did have two topics come up. We did have the public comment regarding our lead service line policy. Is there any desire from the board to bring that to a discussion for a future board meeting? Or are we fine with the policies as they've been set? I think for just reference, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, I guess this would be a development and engineering services type of question. Sorry, getting used to our new department divisions. How many households have we done thus far through the program?
Probably close to 40.
Okay, thank you.
Would be the question. How many are out there?
Think-
What is the, how much of a load is this?
There's about 190 remaining.
Is there a desire to bring back the policy that we've established?
Not for me. I mean, we spent a long time going over that and I'm happy with where it's at.
I just think it's maybe a misconception that we have a lot of money. You know, we have a lot of obligations too, so I wouldn't like to bring it forward right now, but I'd like to keep, you know, maybe as the future goes on and we see what impact it's having, even more so, more we learn, maybe we should bring it up then, but at this moment, I wouldn't bring it up.
Okay. Trustee Perkowski?
Sorry, Kristen, how many people have opted out then, if you're aware of, for any reason?
We've had one waiver signed and 3 properties that were non-responsive, but 2 of those properties are owned by the same individual.
Did everybody get that mailing, and would that mailing that we got cover a lead pipe replacement? That
Insurance, you mean?
that insurance mailing?
No, the insurance from Service Line would not cover that. So, and to our knowledge, the only communities that have covered both public and private lead service line replacement, that's because they've been fully funded by either the state or the federal government. Those types of funds have now been defined differently, where our community does not meet the criteria based on our socioeconomic background of average income, as well as our minority population statistics. So the funding that some communities were able to obtain early on were because they didn't have criteria. Those are no longer available to Roselle as we currently are composed.
And with the current political climate, some of those what we're committed to might not even get paid right now.
Well, and who knows what happens with those. I would say safely, whatever happens to the federal government from a lead service line replacement policy wise, I have a feeling the Illinois EPA is going to hold, if not continue to do that. I think regardless of whatever political winds blow, we know that replacing our limited lead service lines in town is an important priority, no matter what. And I think we owe that to see that through. And we've made tremendous progress compared to some of our neighbors on this topic. So that's something I think we can all be proud of. So I'm not hearing a lot of, oh, sorry, go ahead, Cheryl.
So I think we did a lot of work on it, and I do agree that I agreed with our responses at that point in time. But I am not opposed to relooking at it.
Lee?
One question I had, the grant program that we had, the one thing that I'm not 100% sure on is, do we require them to use the village contractor to get reimbursed, or they can?
We do not.
Okay, then I'm okay with that.
Okay. So I've got 3 that aren't interested in looking at it. I wouldn't break the tie in favor of revisiting it at this time because no information has changed from a funding perspective. So at this time, we will leave the policy as is. Of course, if there's 4 trustees that want to bring that back to the dais at any time, we can discuss it. The other question that was posed earlier was, oh, yes, trustee Trail.
Just to follow up on that, can we recommunicate the grant program out to the public on like the next E-News?
Sure, we'll make a note of that and we can communicate the grant program criteria. And maybe let's give a status update on where we're at with lead service line as well. So we can work with our communications coordinator to get that information out. The other request we had was to put on a future agenda, the sister cities to have a Italian committee update. Is anyone opposed to that being on the agenda coming up here? I would limit them to probably 3 minutes, which is our public comment. So that way it's not, we're not giving favoritism, but I think that way we can have a discussion on that end. So everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, then we will go ahead and do that. With that being the case, the next thing I'd like to entertain is a motion to convene executive session for the purpose to discuss litigation as well as real property. No final action is intended, will be taken, and we'll be adjourning from executive session.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a
Second.
second? Could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Trejo.
Aye.
Trustee Delapenna.
Aye.
Trustee Domke.
Aye.
Trustee Forsythe.
Aye.
Lanisa.
Aye.
Trustee Prokowski.
Aye.
That motion carries. Thank you.